Hello and welcome to Kickstarter Talk, the Irma edition. My name is Rob Anderson. I am the voice of written sins. Tonight we're going to go over all the Kickstarters that you can help bring to life. For those in Florida, our hearts and our prayers go out to you guys. We hope everyone's okay. We're going to talk about more of that in a minute. But first, let's go down our list and see what's on Kickstarter this week. Shadow Play is in its last week on Kickstarter, and it is our Kickstarter to end the summer. This has been something we've been talking about. It's very powerful. It's an anti-bullying piece. It's something that I personally think is an amazing project. I've read it. I've reviewed it. It's amazing. And I think this is just something that you guys want to be part of. We are looking for backers to help make Shadow Play a reality. Our series is an all-ages fantasy adventure starring two unpopular high school students who become friends. Soon they discover their pasts are mysteriously linked, and through a magical mishap, Brad loses his shadow. Now they must venture into the shadow realm to save both Brad's shadow and his lives. Join us for Shadow Play. So this is on Kickstarter right now. We're going to talk about how every dollar counts, and what does that mean? Okay, two things are important. Yes, it's important to get a dollar to make your goal, but you know what also is important? To have the support. As someone who just ended a Kickstarter myself, being able to get to 50 felt amazing. I felt like if I only could tell you I only had 48 backers, it would never sound as powerful as 50. Getting people to support me, getting 50 people to support me really felt important. It really felt like I had succeeded and done something. Never forget to support our veterans. Now, this is important too, and I just want to get this out of the way. The veterans are right now the people who have already supported us, and this includes active military, of course. They are the people who go out and make sure the world is a safer place, and it's our duty and it's our job to make sure that we're supporting them and keeping them feeling like there's hope when they get home. So there are ways that you can do that, and all that can be found by visiting the veteran's wife on Facebook. They'll give you a whole bunch of different things that you can help with. So definitely check it out. It's based upon the women who are behind the warriors. This is a support group for caring for veterans. A time skipping is actually running out of time on Kickstarter, and I need all of you guys to check out Scissor Sisters, as this is the second book in a series. It's a great time-traveling adventure. We're going to look more into that in a minute. Welcome to Demon Riders. Jack Holder's Demon Riders is riding off of Kickstarter very soon, so we're going to check out more about the Demon Riders, the monsters, the old gods of fantasy western that promises death, chaos, and hope in the face of it all. Anti-Alicing. I cannot get this word right. Awakening Part 2. We'll probably watch the video so I can hear the word out loud. Every week I've stumbled on this word, but it's ending this week, so maybe by next week's video I won't actually have to say it. Alicing. I don't know why. It's my dyslexia. I apologize. Support R4AU, the Autistic Jedi. This patch that shows support, and then this, starting now, every patch that is sold is going to help them bring the R4AU unit to DragonCon in 2018. So join us in helping bring both the Autistic Jedi and R4AU to DragonCon in 2018 by buying one of these patches, showing you support autism awareness, and going on to make sure that they can show up and be at the event. It would be much appreciated. 5 aliens leave into space with the hopes of finding a new home. It's the last arrival. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. Midgard is coming close to ending. It's the fantasy store exploring corners of a rich, diverse, magical world. And Jack Holder himself is a big supporter and actually tipped us off to this. So check it out. Jack will appreciate it. Tomb of Horror, the Halloween edition, which I guess I should have given a nudity warning about this, is on Kickstarter with a fantastic alternate cover. Great stories. We're going to go into more of that in a minute. On the show, Salvager is back on, and it's already funded, but that doesn't mean that Bob Sally can't use some more of your support, so we're going to check that out. Drakenstein What happens when Dracula and the Frankenstein become one person? You can find out in this awesome tale now on Kickstarter. We always ask, are you one of us? Now, this week, we got to announce that there are 19,000 one of uses. So what does 19,000 one of us means? Well, it means it's 19,000 people who are tired of the reboot culture. And if you're anything like me, I know you guys are. The new news coming out and the new Kickstarters. And finally this week, we bring you the fourth monkey. Now, I'm very excited about this project because this project is something that I got to work on. So I'm going to be able to talk to you about it. I'm also going to be able to talk to you about how many people are behind this. This is amazing. So that's the list. We're going to do this in a bit of reverse fashion. We're going to start with the oldest first today. The only reason I'm starting here is I just want to read off everyone who's involved. So here's the massive team of creators and contributors of this anthology. So Dark Waters is about ocean pollution. It's from James, who's actually running the Kickstarter, and Haas. He's doing a great job. And you can see a preview of every one of these stories on the Kickstarter itself. So definitely check it out. You got Painted Prey. It's about poaching. That's from Danielle of Untold. Chris Mad, who did the last Untold, and Shauna Mad. Definitely worth checking out. I've seen some stuff. It's amazing. No Going Back, Suicide, Brian Hawkins, and Christoph, maybe. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. Harris. Amazing, amazing writer, and Brian Hawkins. Brian Hawkins, for those who know, did The American Kingdom. Great guy. Empty Bottles, about alcoholism. Alcoholism is something that's very prominent, especially, like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm Irish and it runs in my family, but it's definitely been something that has affected my life. So I'm eager to see that story be told. That's from Kelly Bender and Raphael. And Thomas, who did coloring. Some of these projects have colorists. That's what the colorist, the C is for. W is writer, A is artist. The Scout, Pesticides. This is by Madeline Hulley. Now, Madeline is the Boston Metaphysical Society comic book, as some of you guys have seen. Then there's Stan Yank and Josh Jensen, great creators. Then there's me and my good friend James Eric Hudson. Hudson, not Hudson, but Hudson. Social Consequences. It's an online bullying tale. You guys hear me talk a lot about bullying. Some people have equated it to being an online troll. It's not. It's a little more than that. It goes into more of freedom of speech, and it's an idea of what happens when we don't really have the freedom we think we do, and our freedoms become something of problematic. The quickest way I could put this is if you yell fire in a movie theater, you get in trouble. So there's a limit to our freedom of speech. But online, that hadn't been tested when I was writing this. And I know recently this became headlines, and I didn't even know about this when I wrote the story. Genuinely, I can tell you, I didn't know. I was watching CNN one day, and I suddenly see on CNN we have a girl who's getting convicted, possibly for encouraging someone to commit suicide. And I was like, oh my God, that's similar to the story I wrote. So what I wrote has actually come true now, and we explore more about that, and we go more into the character, and we really want the reader to kind of do a self-checkup and really think about what it means. Because I know the big thing about social media is that everyone says, oh, it's not real life. And that's funny because it is real life. It's real people on that. And we wanted to explore that, and I think we did a good job. And then there's Rats in the Kitchen. That's the political, polarizing Russell Notel. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry, Russell. And Francisco did the art, and Nick Toros is, I'm sorry, Francisco did art in the project, but Nick Toros did the actual art for Rats in the Kitchen. That just got bunched together. But this is the fourth monkey, an amazing Kickstarter that you guys got to be behind right away. So let's start it off. First off, tonight on the show, I do suggest going to Red Cross and donating anything that you can afford to donate. It's a hard call here for me to say to not support a Kickstarter and to do this, because I always like you guys to support Kickstarters, but I also know people could use, so maybe go with the PDF this week and donate what you would have gotten on a physical copy to the relief fund. I know there are a lot of people who lost their homes, and could really use some of the money. So I am asking that people donate, and I also donate not just to Irma but to Harvey, Texas. A lot of people in Texas are in need still to this date, 2 weeks later. So please do check out the Red Cross. We might be talking about this for a few weeks. This is something that, unfortunately, we deal with natural disasters and we come together and we support each other. And that's what I need from you guys. Give some support. And speaking about supporting people, Shadow Plays in its last week. And this is just amazing. Look at this art. This is a great Kickstarter. This has an amazing video. It's only got 8 days to go. I know it's funded, but we're going to watch the video. We're going to check it out. Bear with me as it loads. I might be having some load issue. There we go. Here it comes.
I used to be afraid of the monsters I imagined in the shadows, waiting for their chance to get me. Then I found out the shadows are far more than we ever imagined. They come from an impossible place, hidden from mankind's memory. Don't be afraid of what's hiding in the darkness. It's the shadows themselves who can kill you.
All right, guys. I was asked in the comment section if there was a different one to donate besides Red Cross. I do know that sometimes there's controversy about Red Cross. There are a couple different ones. Your best bet, honestly, and I say this all the time, is sometimes maybe if you can reach out to local smaller groups. Smaller groups generally have a better turnover of getting money to the people who need it. With that in mind, just to focus on the support of what's going on with the hurricane, you could also donate, I believe, food and clothing at Comic-Con's coming up. I'll keep an eye and see if Tampa Bay is going to do something. I'm almost certain Tampa Bay will do something considering how much Florida's been affected. So you will see that in the coming weeks from us. We'll make sure to cover that. Now, as far as Shadow Play goes, just an amazing adventure. I got to read it. I can't tell you guys how fantastic this is, honestly. This is one of the better books I actually read. And you guys just saw social media about me bullying, and this has to do with bullying too. And there's one powerful moment I want to really, and I'm going to sell you the book with just this one moment. And it's very powerful. And now that we're done looking at the whole Kickstarter, I just want to show you something that I'm not sure if they have it in here, but I know it's in the video. So in the video here, we can see this moment right here? Okay, so there's a picture that she drew of herself. And you notice that there are people writing things all left and right, and they're putting these little sticky notes on the picture. That's what they think of her. And you can see some of the words. Like some of the words are geek, giant. I guess she's taller than some people. Some people wrote down that she's pictorious and some please. You know, some people wrote some called her a witch. And which actually winds up being true, but I don't think they meant it in a nice way. So that she had this courage to let people say anything they wanted to her face, to let them get it off their backs, and they were able to say whatever they wanted to, which I think was pretty powerful. I mean, she had the courage to do that. Just imagine being that naked and opening yourself up for anyone's criticisms. I mean, to me, that was pretty powerful. So I give her a lot of credit for doing that. I do think that that was an interesting twist in the book, And I love the fact that, you know, this explores the angst of being a teenager. I know me personally, I had trouble being a teenager. So any story like this, I'm always very supportive of, because I do think that comic books are a great way for teenagers to escape. I know I use comic books to escape. And sometimes to see them talk about that escape is an awesome thing. So I definitely recommend this book for you guys who are looking for possibly your own escape. You know, if you're watching this, or you just want to kind of be supportive of something that talks about bullying and encourages a new world and a different change, this is the Kickstarter for you. Moving on, Scissor Sisters. Now we have 2 hours left, and it's going up right now. So let's see if we can help it go up. We're going to play the video. I'm going to try to go full case on this. And again, sorry for the delay in the video starting. I am dealing with, I believe, issues with a strong signal. Here we go.
Once I swam the streams of time, an assassin at the beck of the most insidious minds across the millennia. But I was bested by enemies foretold from all corners of the continuum, banished into Neverwin at the hands of the hated sisters. My time-driven armor damaged, exiled to some when I could not escape. Stuck in this primitive place, I must steal the time-sensitive metal that will repair my armor and allow me to escape. My only ally, the friend of my enemy, so I keep him doubly close for that last moment of opportunity.
Scissor Sisters' Swan Song is the follow-up to the 2016 graphic novel Scissor Sisters. This 54-page sequel follows the sisters' most dangerous enemy, the time-tripping assassin Signet, as she fights her way back from entrapment in ancient Mesopotamia, but faces opposition much more exotic. Help us bring this fast-paced story of redemption and vengeance to print. Back Scissor Sisters' Swan Song and score print or digital versions of the graphic novel, along with opportunities to pick up the original Scissor Sisters book. There are also autographed editions, original art and sketches, and even a chance to appear in the next book in the series. So don't miss out, back early, and thank you for considering our Kickstarter project.
That looks cool, right? Let's get the escape up here. All right. So we got 2 hours to go. Good amount to cover. Not a great deal, but just enough that we want to try to really help. So even if you're not necessarily interested in this Kickstarter, but you have to admit the art is there. The art is beautiful. It's got a solid story. It's a follow-up book. So second issue is always great because it shows a continuation of creation. Just give it a share. Give it a share. I'm a backer. You guys can see that. I did the $5 option. But you know what? I'm going to help out. I'm going to go manage my pledge. Again, slow internet. We'll come back. Oh, there we go. Change my pledge. We're going to go to 10. Let's help get them to the goal. And now, a lot of times I don't pick that because I don't want the shipping cost, because the shipping cost obviously becomes an issue. So, but I mean, if it helps, it helps, you know? And that's what I'm trying to do. Help out here. Let's move on to Demon Riders. It's got 14 hours to go, 52 backers. It's made its goal of $5. It's a great story. I think it's doing great. Demon Riders is brought to you by the person who created Spells and Taxes. This is Jack Holder himself. You have the interior artist Eric Muller. Elena Fletcher did the cover art, and then you had a couple stretch goals here. It looks interesting. It's definitely a fantastic tale. We don't have a lot of time in the show today, so we are going to just wish this the best of luck in the next 14 hours. Looks like it doesn't need much help. Doesn't mean that we can't give it a quick Twitter share, which is exactly what we're going to do. Wishing it some good luck. There we go. Now we're going to keep moving on. Okay. Amelia Sky. Let's check it out. I promised we were going to watch this because I've been butchering the name for a couple weeks. So here we go.
Now listen, Shug. I know the world you see, the world around us now. I know it's hard to see the light through the insanity, but it's there. Shug, it's there. It's there because we're still here, surviving together. Now I know what we're facing. The path that lies ahead. I've been on this road before. I know you haven't. So Shug, I need you to hear me. Where we're going, what you're going to see, it's going to terrify you. It's going to change you. Those things out there, what remains out there, it's going to hunt us. I know you're not ready for what you're going to see. Hell, I'm not sure I'm ready, but you will be. I promise you, you will be.
And they never said the name. But Amelia Sky, I probably should have just called it that with the should have changed that. You'd think I'd be smart enough to change the name on the list, but Amelia Sky looks fantastic. I'm a backer. Great thing that they've refunded. I can't wait to get my copy. This is one of those books I actually wanted to come back to, and just because it is so beautiful. Let me see. Does any of this come with book one? You know what? I'm going to change my pledge on this one too. We're going to go ahead and let's see how much. Now, this is what always comes down to when I do a lot of this stuff is I check the shipping costs. Because sometimes that shipping cost can be a pain in the butt. And that's not anything against the creator. I mean, as someone who's ran a Kickstarter, see, it's $10 to get it, you know, but it does look beautiful. I don't see the bookmarks never interest me, nor do that, but I do want issue 1 and 2. But you know what? I'll come back to it. I'm definitely going to probably upgrade. We're going to take a look at that on my own time. We're going to talk about The Last Arrival right now. This has got 7 days, so it's almost ending, so we're going to make sure to check it out. Here we go.
In The Last Arrival, 5 aliens flee their planet in a desperate attempt to find a new habitable home. Although our characters have conflicting ideas about the nature of their mission, they have to come together to face an unexpected encounter. Hi, my name is Daniel Prem, and I'm the writer of The Last Arrival. We get to know the characters, their sometimes hidden motivations, and the general theme of the series, where we question the boundaries of fantasy and reality through the eyes of our characters. We've been making independent comics for a while now, but nothing on this scale before. Every character design, every page layout is filled with meaning. So now that it's finished, we'd like to make sure that it gets the proper release it deserves. You can get the digital version for only £2, and every physical reward includes free shipping. The book is now completed, so once the Kickstarter is finished, I'll do my best to get it to you as soon as possible. Please contribute to your journey. You'll never forget.
Now, how cool is that? You want to see something even cooler? Wait for it.
You can get the digital version.
I love that. It's very hard to make those videos sometimes. But how cool is that? These are ready to go. 7 days to go. Let's make sure he gets funded. I got the $2 one because, see, it's a main event print copy. I don't know if I hope shipping's not included with the $7 one to America. I hope there's some reward no longer available, UK only. See, a lot of those aren't ready. Let's see what a Proud European edition, a World Premiere edition. See, that's about £16. That makes a little more sense. Because, I mean, you would get killed otherwise. Daniel's a great guy. I'm going to come back at the end, maybe look at upgrading this. But I want to keep it going. I want to keep talking about all these great Kickstarters, so we're going to keep going today. We're going to talk about Midgard, which it has funded. It's got 17 days to go, so we can get it on next week's show, because I think we'll do that. We're definitely going to check out Midgard next week, but we're on the road, so it's a little bit harder. Tomb of Horror? Okay, so now this is fantastic. It's brought together by Kim Roberts and Chris. I forgot Chris's last name off the top of my head, but Chris is a great guy. They bring together Swamp Blind Comics Horror and Swamp Blind Comics. Great creative staff. I mean, they're doing fantastic things. They're also behind the Drakenstein that we're going to see in a few minutes. I do think this is a great story. I can't wait to get my hands on it. As you guys can see up here, because you guys can see this today, I'm actually paying for shipping on this one. This one I want. This will go great with my book this Halloween. And They Call Us Monsters, which I'm not pitching to you because it's already funded. Thank you for everyone who backed it. It is a fantastic thing. I went with the Deviant cover because the character reminds me of Barbara right there. We're going to just take a scroll down here. I think it's fantastic no matter how you look at it, these covers. And I went with the dirtier cover just because that reminds me of Barbara so much. And there are different stories in here. These things are always awesome. I always try to get them. I mean, the shipping's a little high on this, but I don't care. I think it's worth it. I know what Kim Roberts and her collective group are capable of, and I always think that it's something that's easily worth the money and the time. So check it out. We have, I believe, let's scroll up. I'm sorry about the fast scroll. I hate fast scrolling when I'm watching a video. So try to take it a little slower. We'll just take another quick look at this alternative cover. And then this is the regular cover. It has 43 hours to go, so it's kind of out of order. It has almost tripled what it needs. Now is the time to share it because it only has 43 hours to go. I'm going to post that on Facebook. Give it a share. There we go. Now, supporting autism awareness. Now, as I said to you in the preview, we're going to actually be talking about going forward that this is going to be helping to support them go to Comic-Cons, and specifically Dragon Con. Once we raise enough funds to get them to Dragon Con, we'll start looking to other cons next year, maybe do a Mega Con next year. But for right now, the goal is to get them to be able to be funded to go to Dragon Con. We want to see R4AU make Dragon Con and make that Dragon Parade, which was so fantastic and goes for, like, I think 1.5 miles. Just an amazing parade of fandom. So, and you guys will be seeing more about Dragon Con. Unfortunately, I have been having other issues with Irma, which I'll talk about in later time. But yeah, definitely help us get them to Dragon Con by supporting and getting this cool patch. That's a patch. Now, if you guys want to just do a donation, you can do that too. You don't need to get the patch. I would suggest getting the patch, though. It's reasonable at $8. If you don't want to do the patch, I understand. God bless you. If you just want to donate, you could definitely just donate to right here, PayPal, C. Mullins, 2014 Outlook.com. She is an ambassador, I believe. If she's watching, she can correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe it's an ambassador of Autism Speaks. So that's fantastic. She made an announcement, I know, on her Facebook, I believe, a while ago. It's been a crazy couple weeks for me, but she's definitely a great person to have advocating for autism. So please support that. The Salvagers are on now. That is on fire. We have 21 days to go. I'm a backer. I'm going to get this. It doesn't say it here. I don't know why it doesn't say there. So I believe I backed it on my other, on the Sinful Comic profile by accident, because I think I had it open. I either had that one or Fetish Babies open when I was doing it, because I was doing something for, and they call us monsters on the last day, giving an update, and I had to go into the main account to do it. My wife's account, she asked me to fix something for the Kickstarter to help, and I had to fix something. So I think that's where it is. I'll even back it on this to give him a higher number. So right now I'm just going to throw $1 his way. It's not letting me at the moment, but like I always tell you guys, every dollar counts. So if you believe in the creator, just throw him $1. Now he has one more person who's showing support. Don't steal my credit card information, as always. And there we go. And I know I'll look at my other ones, see if it's there, because I definitely want it. Dragonstein. Now, I haven't backed this project yet. I'm going to right now live. It was always in my mind to do it live, because every so often I like to do things live. I've never seen this video either. This came to me while Irma was going on, so I quickly got it up. Here we go. I'm going to shut up and we're going to watch the video. Now, how cool does that look? Dragonstein, just the idea for a minute of just thinking of Dracula and Frankenstein as one person. I honestly, and I did something different with both Dracula and Frankenstein for my book, and they call us monsters. And you know what? I'll say it on video right now. I'm so impressed with this. If they want to add and they call us monsters as a digital reward, I'm happy for it. I am absolutely thrilled to let them offer that, to match it with that. If they want to do that as a digital reward, I'll even offer it to them, because I am so impressed by that. I mean, did you guys see the part where they were playing with the Dracula thing? and it's turned out in this. When they play with the different Draculas, I was kind of impressed with it. How the different concepts were going. I thought that was really cool. It's coming right now. Yeah, now you see it. So I definitely want to see this. I want to see how this goes down and how it ends up being utilized in the storytelling. And as I said, I'm always expecting the best from Kim Roberts because she's one of the. As a comic book reader, I am a fan of hers. Hands down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It is, and I've gotten to read some of her stuff early, and I'm always appreciative of that. And I've gotten to do some reviews. So this is why I'm such a big supporter of hers, because there are always. Let me just get this out of our hair. There are always some amazing creative ideas being used, and this is a little tongue-in-cheek. You can tell it's not going to take itself too serious all the time, but I think that that's something that Kim Roberts is very good at, some of the tongue-in-cheek. So I'll definitely offer as a incentive for anyone who packs it digitally, whoever gets a PDF can get that's my phone asking for something. You guys can try to use the code. I don't think it'll help you because it's just for my phone, but go ahead. If you guys want to steal it, the code was already expired because it's been used. But kidding around aside, definitely, I mean, look at that. Look at the wolf with the leg, the mummy. So yeah, like I was saying, anyone who does a PDF can get And They Call Us Monsters on this. If you haven't gotten my book, And They Call Us Monsters, I'm going to give you an incentive. Anyone who does any PDF level on this and can show me, and I'll tell Kim Roberts that I'm offering this on the show. Anyone who does it, I will give you And They Call Us Monsters. You said you found the perfect head. I want to see it so bad. So what do I want to do with this one? I need a copy, but I love, there's an exclusive Kickstarter cover. Oh, man, which one's the exclusive Kickstarter cover? That's the hard choice sometimes. That's why I don't like Kickstarter covers. Because now I have to make the decision over which one I want. I'd want this one, though. The one with the girl under the covers. It doesn't Kickstarter to help. I'm trying to see. I'll have to figure out, because I know I'm taking up some time. Oh, this might be it, actually. That might be the actual reward. Either way, I'm going to start with this, and I'll talk to Kim. I'll do the exclusive cover for now. I'll select that reward. I'll continue. And I will, there we go. Now, for some reason, I don't think, there it goes. The shipping just updated the right way. There we go. All right, so I'm getting my copy. Speaking of my copy, let's talk about the fourth monkey. Fourth monkey is someone who's...
Fourth Monkey, an anthology for awareness, is a 100-page book featuring 8 short stories centered around environmental and social issues. The contributing creators picked subjects based on their central theme, some with very personal ties, and went to work telling their stories, combining fantastic storytelling with beautiful art. There are a lot of problems in the world, and we can't possibly tackle them all. Fourth Monkey is our attempt to tell stories that are pulled right out of the hearts of the creators, and attempt to bring some awareness to them. And while you may feel stronger about some than you do others, the quickest way to someone's heart is through story. So if you finish this book with some anger towards the way things are, the slightest thirst for some more knowledge, or were simply entertained, then I like to think that we did our job.
And then there's a list, and we're gonna let's just slow down the list and once again take a look at this. We got Bob Sally, Brian Hawkins, Chris Matt, Daniel Faraday, Ed Jimzin, HDE, Oskin, James Eric Hudson. I gotta tell him that they actually spelled James wrong, I think. James E. Roche, Roche, not Roche, Roche, Jose Hotto, maybe, Josh Jensen, Kelly Bender, Cote Caravagel, Chris Mad, Christopher Harris, Christopher, probably. Again, dyslexic, I apologize. Madeline, Holly Rosing, Nick Torres, Rafael Andre, Rob Anderson, that's me, Russell Nolity, Shunamad, Stan Yank, and Thomas Majavnovic. Go with that. We'll check out the pinup artists. We got Andrew, Hutera D. Cuffin, Francisco Tomaselli, John McRae, Solomon Farias, motion comic animation video presented by Preston Smith, music by Borit, and that's all the credits we have. So the fourth monkey, let's start there. This came very quickly, and I should have read this out loud to you the first time. So I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna go back over it. Okay, so hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. That's the three wise monkeys. Okay, so what does all that mean? Let's talk about it. The fourth monkey is someone who's not blind. It is aware and struggles to maintain its sanity. It is the reason with the world that will not take notice. As it reasons with the world that will not take notice, can it succeed before it's too late? So basically the idea of the fourth monkey is...
Fourth monkey, an anthology for awareness.
As you can see, there are four monkeys, and you can't see, you can't hear, and you can't talk. But then there's the monkey that pays attention to the world and is really digesting it and noticing what's wrong in the world. And that's what this is about. This is about the projects that we all felt as creators as we came together that were important. And each one of us chose a different topic to talk about. As you can even see in here, playing on the three monkeys proverb, as we just talked about, it's all about that fourth monkey who sees, hears, and can talk. So Dark Waters is, everything's lettered by HT. Dark Waters is the one by James, and I definitely suggest you guys taking a look at it. The art in this is just fantastic, and the writing is very solid by some of the best writers I know out there. James is hidden here. He's running this program right now. This is the one by Daniel Faraday. It's Chris Mad and him did The Untold recently. This is a story about poaching. This is a story about, obviously, suicide. Not Going Back by Brian Hawkins. Once again, fantastic guy. Here's the art behind Empty Bottles. This is about alcoholism. And then we have one about The Scout, which is about pesticides and how it's affecting our world, made by Madeline. And I don't think I mentioned this. The alcoholism was written by, I just want to make sure we got this, Kelly Bender. And Raphael did the art, and the color is Tomas Majovinic. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Then we have right here, this one is The Damage of Mental Abuse. This is by Bob Sally, Steve Yank, and Josh. And we just saw Bob Sally on Kickstarter right now. That's how busy he is. He's in 2 Kickstarters at once. He's doing the Salvagers. This is my Kickstarter. It's very powerful, and this is a very powerful moment in the story. This is where we get to see just how, in this world we live in right now, how social media just swallows something up and changes the narrative, and everyone gets to kind of change what it is and how they view it, and people have different takes on it, and people have different points of view on it. I'm very proud of the work. I mean, you guys are in store for a very powerful story, I feel. So stay tuned for my story. And I'm just so much credit to James Eric Hudson, who brought it to life in such a just complimentary fashion to me. It's such a privilege and an honor when I write something and I see this amazing art come from something I've written come to life this way. So thank you to James. We have Russell's work, which is Rats in the Kitchen. It's a politic polarization piece, so I guess it's political. Then there's some featured pinups. And just the artist on that, I'm sorry, I wanted to make sure I mentioned that Nick Torres did the art on that. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 amazing stories coming your way if you're backing this Kickstarter. Okay, here we are. So we have in the next, if you guys are watching this on Tuesday, it's Tuesday, right? And this is just some pinup art as we're scrolling down. But if you do this on Tuesday, back it on Wednesday, get it by Thursday at noon on Thursday, Eastern Standard Time, you'll be okay. And you're going to wind up getting this. This is something, just a 48-hour preview thing. You can get this as a bonus for backing it. There's also a cool incentive backing it for getting a physical copy. So I definitely suggest getting a physical copy. You get these cards. These are just different takes on the 4 monkeys. And you can see these are the different comics that each one of us have written. This is Wretches, The Untold by Daniel Ferdinand. This is The Letterer, who's apparently got Krang for a head. Bob Sally, and of course, that's The Salvagers. Brian Hawkins, and this is his, I believe this is something from American Kingdom. It's got to be American Kingdom, because I don't remember that in Angelica Reigns, and I think I read Angelica Reigns, a preview of it, so it's not there. Jim Z, Chris Madden, this amazing Walking Dead art that we actually featured on Written Sins. This is from Hellraiser, Bestiality, 5 Ghosts, Sleepwalking. This is Huss Ozen. And then James Eric Hudson actually has a picture of, that doesn't look anything like James Hudson, actually. It's just the art that he used from it. He's did Chad the Fat Kid, top Star Wars stretch cards, and now this amazing work. He's also got something about a kid and a dinosaur coming out, so stay tuned. Amazing things are coming from our good friend James Eric Hudson. Josh Jensen has brought together Snarl, and some of you guys have heard of Snarl. I know I have. Now, Kelly Bender, I mean, honestly, a lot more than this. He also worked on Snarl, Cyber Force, Artifacts, and it goes on for Kelly Bender. Kelly Bender has a lot more than that. We have Coat Caravagel, has worked on Cluster and Deliverance. Of course, here we go, Boston Metaphysical Society. Remember, we had mentioned that before from Madeline. Nicholas has the Fear Diaries and Franklin and Ghost. And Franklin and Ghost, something I was very impressed with before. You guys know that. Raphael is just the artist, Raphael. They don't give him any other credits. Not to say he doesn't have it, but just at this time. Here's a private example. Rob Anderson. Those of you guys who follow me know that I have done more than just Jax the Anderson. I've now done, and they call us monsters, and they've called, and I've done fetish pigs. Russell has done more than this as well. Katrina Hates Dead Shit. Ichabod Jones, Monster Hunter, and of course, this is Monsters and Other Scary Shit to cover for that's not mentioned there. That's Russell. Steve Yank has done the Box Makers and Skeleton Inspectors. Shauna Mad is a colorist and has worked very closely with Chris Mad and some of Chris Mad's projects. And the colorist, Thomas Majovic. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. I apologize. Just showing off some art. So here it is. First 48 hours. Back this project in the first 2 days. Receive this very limited art with your book. How cool is that? Then you also have, as we go through the rewards, see, now, as far as this digital print reward goes, I don't know. I wasn't asked to be in it, but anyone who watches this program and I'll do this. I did, and they call us monsters for Kim Roberts' thing. I'm going to tell her she can get it. For anyone who wants it, I will offer any book. Anyone who backs this, I will personally, if you can show me that you backed it and you're getting anything, just show me that you've backed it. I will give you, okay, I will give you a choice of either Fetish Babies and They Call Us Monsters or Jax the Anderson digital form. That's what I'll do for this part, for just you guys who watch this video. So if you get like this package right here, right, you spend $15, you get the Fourth Monkey, you get all these cool books from all the other creators. I'll throw my book in there. You just send me an email at writtensins@yahoo.com. You send me that email, and I will send you either Fetish Babies in digital form, I'll send you And They Call Us Monsters in digital form, or I'll send you Jax the Anderson in digital form. I'll up this. I'll add that reward right there. So if you guys want this and you want that reward, you can get one of my books. Just for watching this program. That's an exclusive just for you guys. I don't know why I wasn't asked. I don't know. Maybe they thought Fetish Babies and Jax the Anderson at the time wouldn't have fit. Who knows? Maybe they thought they were giving away a lot because this is pretty heavy. I just want to help you guys. I want to give you something for watching the show. So you guys who do that, get that. Physical reward, I definitely suggest getting the physical one. And like I said, if you guys can prove that you've backed it in some way, I will give you a digital copy. That's it. Right now. You can send it, what is it, Mark It in the Bank or whatever. Some analogy that I can't think of right now. But you can mark it on your calendar and remind me later, hey, I backed this. I want to get a copy of this book, and you'll get it from me from my library. And if you have every one of those books, talk to me. Maybe I got something else I can share with you. There may be some other people haven't seen yet and hasn't been really released yet and has only shown up. So I've always got something interesting. So I'm definitely willing to help you guys out with something cool. So any way you back it, you get something from me. That's from my gift to you guys for backing this project, because I'm very proud of the work in this project and I want to make sure it gets funded. I have to go. Unfortunately, I got to cut this short right now. I'll stay on Facebook for a few minutes to answer some questions. I think some showed up. I'm not sure. I'm going to look at the scroll and I'll answer them. But that's the end of the program for now. I will see you maybe. I don't want to guarantee anything when the next video is, because I'll go over it more on Facebook, but Irma has affected things. So if you wanted to see what I was talking about, go find my feed on Facebook and scroll all the way to the end of the video and find out what I'm talking about. That's it for tonight, YouTube audience. I'm going to continue on Facebook now.